I said, be like smoke. You draw smoke into the holy chalice, it becomes the chalice. You draw smoke into your lungs, it becomes the lungs. Now smoke can rise, and then it dissipates. Be smoke, my friend. So, Magu Zion Show, divine marijuana brings immortality. So, let me turn the music down. Make sure that I can be heard. Actually, I'm going to turn it off, if that's okay with you. Well, you didn't say anything, so it's off. And also, give me a second to put in my microphone, which I forgot, because back there, the sound quality on the laptop isn't great. There. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. So, I hope you can hear me, because again, if that's not working, I will be totally pissed off. So, God dang nabbit, the sun is kind of bright, ain't it? Hey, hey. Let's move into the shadows. See what I'm saying? That's why I needed to get back here, so I can get out of the, because I told it look white. Now see, that look white. That's what white look like. Over here I'm brown, which y'all call black. And over here I'm like literally white. Anyway, let me get on. So, the first video, which I did, I think, yesterday, was about the ritual with the holy herb and the holy chalice. Now, there's a lot more I wanted to talk about, so I just did part 3 outside, which was talking about the war chalice and how it was the beginning of my Magu divine. I didn't put that down in the title, but it's Magu divine cannabis or divine marijuana kung fu yoga. So we talked about that part already. So now I'm going to get into the peace chalice. So like I said, we talked about the ritual, and we talked about the tools of the ritual, like these. So now, let me unplug this battery. So now, let me move back out of this sun. And as usual, I'm partially formal and partially ready to what, huh? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? From the street. Oh, I'm sorry, I know that. Anyway, I am never sorry, I apologize. The peace chalice. So when you're ready to talk peace, you break out the peace chalice. So now that I have the tools, I'm gonna be getting down. This is an informal. Well, I'm still gonna light the candle. Let's make it formal. What the heavens? Light the candle. Ring the bell. The light is so the ancestors can see the way, and the bell is so they can hone in on exactly where you're getting ready to indulge in the holy herb. And of course, we have the holy herb. So our waxed hemp string, the holy chalice. The hole is here, the holy chalice. Oh, yeah, the hole is here, so it's on this side. Light the string with the candle, not a match, or definitely not a lighter. Light the string. See how it stays lit? Because there's wax on it. Now I had to move this over a little bit. So, now that my chalice is fixed, you know, I'm going to be smoking every chance I get you. This is cannabis kung fu, what you thought. Anyway, let's see if I can do the kung fu. Put the candle out again. Matter of fact, let me leave it burning as I talk about the peace holy chalice. Now, as opposed to the war chalice, I looked at, this was like the second chalice that was gifted to me. So after a while, I looked at it, and you know, I had already, look at part 3, I had already started making the kung fu with this chalice, so it became the war chalice. But then when I was gifted this, and you know, I smoked a little bit, I'm like, wow, right here in this one tool is the whole concept of the Tao, or Tao Alchemy, which you can't see it in the camera now. We're going to get into it in depth. So it's all up there. These pictures up here go up and all the way around to, it's making a circle. So anyway, that's going to talk about the Tao, and I'll get into that. But this right here is a physical representation of Tao Alchemy. Now, if you are not familiar with Tao Alchemy, you're probably not going to really know what the heaven I'm talking about. Now, if you have some idea of Tao Alchemy, you'll get it. Either way, eventually, if you keep watching, you'll get it. So, let's look at this. Now, well, let me explain a little bit about what Tao Alchemy is. Boy, 12 minutes just go is like all these videos I do is like little tiny free seminars, because they at least 20, 30 minutes each. I'm trying to get to 12 minutes so I can get into the algorithms, but I talk a lot. So anyway, see what I'm saying? So anyway, Tao Alchemy is about utilizing breathing, the internal fluids and energies inside the body, and the sexual energy. Now, when I mention that to women these days, especially, older man with no teeth, is, you just want to fuck me. Well, sometimes that might be true, but I'm not talking about that right now. If I want to do something with you, I'll talk about that another time. But if I'm teaching you, I'm a professional. So anyway, people, even men get upset when you be like, well, this is how you do sexual comforting. Huh? No, man, I ain't going to do that. Well, anyway, why, the reason I'm mentioning that, well, no, let me start from the top. So, where you liked the holy herb in the bowl here, in this concept, that is representative of what what is in reality the first eye. People for some reason call it the third eye, I guess because you can see these two eyes and they think of this eye as last. Well, in actuality, reality, if you look at the way a fetus starts out in birth, you start out up here, so that pineal gland grows first, and then the nervous system, and then these eyes grow. And they're not even open till you're born. You don't open your eyes and be like, well, I don't know, I don't remember in the womb, but I don't think you open your eyes and be like looking around, be like, oh shit, I'm in the womb. So the lighting of the holy herb is like the lighting or the opening of your first eye, right? That's what this stuff is helping you do, but you need to practice too. So we light, because up here in the brain and stuff, that's where we control fire. So we light the holy herb, and then we pull the smoke. So now you have smoke, and you pull it into the water. And in the water, it mixes with whatever's in the water, and the water cleanses the smoke. and then you draw it up. What do you call this? Well, right now I'm gonna call it the spine. And you draw it up the spine, where it returns back to the first eye. So you see, this here is, you might not can see this part in here, but it's representative of a circle. Now, how does it represent alchemy of the physical body? So as I already said, this and this here represents the first eye. So in alchemy, we want to take breath and breathe the air down into the lower abdomen, which is represented by here. The lower abdomen is where all your water and shit, all that is handled down here. It ain't handled up here. This part is represented by, well, we'll get into that. It's not being handled up here. Oh, this part, the chest, in between the water and the first eye, the chest, is represented by all this right here. You understand? So when you pull the smoke down into the lower abdomen, it mixes with the section. Ooh, don't touch that on the video, Bates. It mixes with the sexual energies, part of the water, whether you're male or female. It's sexual fluids like in this chalice. Now once the smoke, which we call the chemical, what do we call it? The chemical. I can't think right now. So once that mixes, it becomes more chemical. Now you draw it up the spine, like literally in the body. When you breathe in, it goes down, mixes with your sexual fluid. Then the energy goes up into your coccyx, which is the lower part of the spine. It's shaped like a hook. And then it moves up the spine back into your first eye. So what's happening in alchemy, we're taking the sexual energy, the lowest, or I hate to really say lowest, but the most, it's like the ice. It's everything gathered together in one spot. Then we breathe and heat it up and turn that ice into steam, and it rises to the solar plexus. And then we do some more breathing and change that, so the ice changed into water. I apologize. The ice, the sexual fluids, doing breathing, heating it up with the fire. The thought is down there, the fire. Heat it up, it changes into water, which is the solar plexus. Keep on focusing on that, and it heats up and it rises to the first eye. Now the energies together, the energy of the first eye, the spirit, the energy of the life force, water, and the energy of the sexual energy, ice, mix together and create the chemical. I can't think of the second part of the goddamn. I'm going to stop talking later off the top of my head and be talking from books. But anyway, so when those three mix in that circle called the microcosmic orbit, it becomes, after a while of doing that practice, it actually becomes what they call the immortal fetus. So I'm gonna stop there, because then we start getting like deep, because you have to, men and women, you have to take this fetus and place it back into your lower abdomen and raise that fetus for a length of time. I think it's 9 years actually. After 9 years, that fetus starts to rise and starts to actually become a separate you. And if you haven't been keeping up on yourself with your practices and stuff, that spiritual entity can leave you. Like you be like, wait, don't leave, no, you must you my spirit, I raised you. Anyway, so this is a lot more than just, yo, dude, let me suck on this. Oh man, that's the Kung Fu, dude. I'm Kung Fu-y high. No. Put my chalice here, and put my woe chalice there. Yeah, we gonna talk about a bunch of different stuff. Cause I got all this stuff in my head I've been wanting to talk about for many, many years. And now I am allowed to talk about it. Because most people that look like me don't know. They may have seen the word Tao, but believe me, I've had people up here that don't. What is that, dude? And I know for a fact after teaching that people are interested, but the information is not in the hood. So, okay, I've talked enough. That's it. I've introduced the War Chalice. I've introduced the Peace Chalice. And I've shown how this represents Tao Alchemy, and how this represents Magu, divine marijuana or cannabis, Kung Fu yoga. I'm out. Peace. Okay, I'm gonna have to get one of them things that's like automatic where I could just like sit right here and turn off the laptop. I like to use the laptop because it got a wider, I get all this like from here to here as opposed to the camera where it be like. So anyway, I'm out. Peace.